Hey everybody, this is Father Kyle Tietz. Great to be back with you here at St. Francis of Assisi. Last summer I was here as Deacon Kyle, and several weeks ago I was ordained a priest. Now very grateful to be the associate pastor here with Father Allen to join you and serve as your priest. Today's readings, the first reading from Exodus is one very familiar to us. We hear about Moses and the burning bush. Now if we saw a bush on fire, we'd probably turn and watch it for a little while. But if we also turned and saw that it was burning but not being consumed, we would be a little bit more amazed. And that's what happens with Moses in the reading today. He goes closer because the bush is on fire, but it is not being consumed. And the burning bush is the manifestation of God's presence to Moses, and it tells us something about the nature of God. God is like a fire, and at times we hear the Holy Spirit described as fire, God's love like a fire, a very intense, burning, and at times passionate love for us. But the important thing here is that the bush was on fire but not consumed. God's love is intense and ardent, but it does not consume or destroy us. We are not fuel for God and in His existence. The destructive, consuming fire, that's the fire of hell and of Satan. But God's love is also fiery, but it is not destructive. It nourishes and sustains and purifies us. So the important thing for our reflection today is to recognize that at times God's love can be very intense, but ultimately it will not destroy us. It will only solidify, purify, build us up. So at times we find suffering in our lives. Perhaps it's an act of God purifying us and helping us to grow closer to Him. That's difficult to discern at times. It can be very intense and painful even too. Or in times of purification when we're removing sin from our lives, trying to get rid of our addictions or get rid of pride or laziness or other sins in our life. At times that can be difficult as well, kind of burning as we try and remove the painful things from us. But there, God's love is also like a fire, a refining fire, a fire that does not destroy, but only purifies. And at times, too, God's love for us, His love can feel like a fire, like a very warm or even more intense fire. Some of the saints describe a very intense, burning love that they experience in prayer. So today, for our reflection, we remember that God is loving. His love is like a fire, like a burning bush. It burns, but it does not consume. So we're very grateful for God for the intensity of His love for us, at times in purifying or in our suffering or even in the joyful prayer that we experience with Him. A fire that loves, but a fire that does not consume. May God bless you all. See you soon.